Greg was saying asking you which one out of everybody was going to be.
Yeah,
great.
so
You
I was like, yo, I like the Andre kid. I was like, I really, really do like Andre a lot. So we obviously we signed him again. Everybody starts somewhere. Like even Andre mentioned the other day, he was talking to somebody. You know, he started with Dark Sport for free. He started with Muscle Sport for free. You know, you got to start somewhere. That's where you got to get your foot in the door. So that's when I started taking the role of being involved with these companies a lot bigger than actually competing. So I was like, I'm pausing competing. I'm going to start building with the companies. So then push came to shove. We kept getting it, and then the companies started becoming greedy. They didn't want to pay enough. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that. So then Andre's like, yo, fuck that, bro. Yo, start your own shit. You have all the plugs. You have everybody in your phone. You could talk to anybody, and you could just make the networking happen. Just start your own management. I was like, fuck it. He was like, yeah, you're going to start managing me. I'm like,
all right,
fuck it. I was like, how hard can that be? Managing Andre. You know?
How hard can that be? Fast forward a couple years. Yo, did you get the Dunkaroo contract?
Yeah,
God damn it.
I know, right?
Dunkaroos, what?
But he plugs me a lot because he put me on with some more clients right now. He was like, yo, I want you to look out for these twins out here in the Virgin Islands and whatever. You know, they got a good thing. And I was actually on a call for the twins yesterday for Gymshark because Andre tells people the truth. Like, yo, Villa could fuck with them because he's already in with Gymshark. So, you know, he knows I could literally text anybody on my phone from any top Phil Heath, Flex Lewis. If I want to get information, I'll text any of the top guys, or I just go straight to the sources of the companies. I have all the companies of the owners on my phone. You know, I don't like bragging about it.
Networking 101.
You see me, I'm very low key. I'm not on social media bragging like, haha, I'm chilling with the owner of
the Voice and Rizzles.
The Voice. You know, oh look, I'm chilling with the owner of BSM. We're on the yacht. You know, I have all these people on my phone. I don't have to tell people like, yo, I'm cool with Phil Heath. I'm cool with Kai Green. Yeah. Yo, I'm cool with Jay Cutler. At the end of the day, too, what I respect these guys the most, and I don't bother nobody, is they knew who I was. And I was like, I went to an expo one time. I was like, yo, I got to take a picture with Jay Cutler because he was my inspiration for having all the sponsors. Because at one point, I beat him. I had like 15 sponsors.
He was psyched.
Yeah, I was psyched. So then I was cool with Mark Anthony at the time. We're still cool, but we were like a lot tighter back then. I was like, yo, I got to meet Jay, bro. I got to get a picture of Mr. Cutler.
Yeah, Mark Anthony's his boy, man.
Tell me how Jay Cutler looks at me. He was like, Villa. I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, oh shit.
He's like, I heard you got number 15. This is bullshit.
No. He looked at me. He was like, yo, you're Chris Villa. He was like, yeah. He was like, I follow you. I'm like, where, Jay? I'm like, you're like 19-time Mr. Olympia. Like, 19 I'm a peasant from New York that just trying to get his feet wet in the industry. He's like, nah, man, I see you. You working hard out there. You working hard. I'm like, yeah. Same thing. Flex Lewis, Hide Yamagishi, Kai Green, all these guys, they come up to me and they're like, yo, you're not pro? I'm like, nah. I thought you were pro. I'm like, nah. Because you carry yourself like a pro. I see you putting in that work. I'm like, you guys notice me too? I'm like, oh shit, I got the big dogs notice me. Phil Heath comes up to me. He's like, yo, what's up, Chris? I'm like,
the fuck is happening?
I'm like, yo, this is not real.
I'm obviously doing something right.
I'm like, shit, yo, fuck that. I'm Mr. O of this shit now. You know what I mean?
Mr. O of marketing.
Yeah,
there we go.
I got my pro card in marketing and hustling 101, baby. I don't need that shit. You know what I mean? So, but going back to the whole story with Andre and whatever, I started managing him. One thing came to another. Then I started getting more and more information from companies because then companies hit him up. They're like, yo, you got to talk to my manager. So then now that gives me a new source. So then those companies ask me, who else do you manage? So I'm like, I got this guy, I got this guy, I got this girl. All right, cool. We'll look into them too. But our main focus is Andre right now, obviously. But I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, I've been doing that for a few years now, and it's been working out well. You know, that's why I didn't want to kind of, going back to the whole Dragon Farmer signing the other day that I announced, I didn't kind of want to be involved with the company, and then I'm managing so many like people, because then I don't want it to be like, oh,
like you're pushing them.
Yeah, because then you know what is, people start thinking, they start hating, which I could give a fuck, but they're gonna be like, oh, Chris got in with Dragon Farmer because Andre's there, so he already got like, you know, like an easy way in.
Yeah, or they think all the athletes that you do manage, all of them are gonna be Dragon Farmer now.
Yeah,
Or like a BSN plug.
Not for nothing, that I used to do that with the clients that I used to prep, because that's the thing. I like to look out for people. So I tell everybody, I'm like, listen, for example, going back to the whole Dragon Farmer thing, this kid hits me up on Instagram. He's like, yo, Chris, how did you get involved with Dragon Farmer? Like, what do you do? Like, how do you get involved with companies like that? You know, the kid only has like 300 followers. But I'm like, listen, you got to start building your brand. You got to become an image. I became an image by everybody knowing me, going to expos, going to shows, I didn't even become an image through social media. I became an image through my clients when I used to do a lot of transformation stuff. People used to tag me. People used to post me. People used to refer me. So that's how I built my following on social media. And then I started going to all the expos and stuff like that. I was like, I interacted with a lot of people. So they knew me as Villa, like, yo, that guy could post, that guy could promote, that guy knows what he's doing in this industry, and he knows all the right people. I never branded myself that. People gave me that. So that's why I tell everybody, I'm like, listen, you got to find yourself. Oh, so you're telling me I got to build a brand and I need to be a bigger following? I'm like, well.
Gotta do something.
You first find who the fuck you are. Whoever you want to be as a brand, if you want to be Jason fucking fitness chef, then fine. Then be
You do you.
Yeah, do you. Do whatever you think is gonna be a good niche, but you gotta like Andre's the perfect example. He's probably the rawest and realest motherfucker in this industry that you've ever seen. So it's like people gravitate to that. People like that shit. Just how they used to gravitate to Rich Piana, CT Fletcher. Some people really like that raw and realness. So it's like, yo, I fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people that nobody will fuck with because they're too quiet. You know, it's just like, oh, and then when you see them post, it's like you don't really see them speak about it, talk about it, be about it. So I'm like, Andre eats shits, fucking talks about Dungaroos. You think if Dungaroo sees that, they're gonna be like, damn, this guy really likes our shit. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Should we put him on the box?
Yeah.
Should we put that shit with the kangaroo?
Yeah. And then when you see like an influencer that never really speaks, never really talks about a product, all of a sudden they're forced to talk about it. They're not natural.
Ooh, it's rough.
It's just
I've had to do videos for some of these people. It's rough.
This sanitizer is 70% alcohol.
Beast?
Yeah, I think it's good. Look, it has some aloe vera in it, vitamin E, and you can't go wrong with a beast. Like
I'm a beast.
Dre, somebody like Dre, you see him on his IG stories. Yeah, I fuck with this. This shit. I get crazy pump. There's a lot of pumps in the industry, but this shit right here, this is like
Mr. Veins?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you see how he says it. He still gives credit where credit's due because he's being real, but he's like, yo, this shit is different. You know what I mean? So then people are like, oh, shit, he's smoking a blunt while doing it, doing whatever the fuck he wants. I'm like, people like that shit. That's why people like me because I'm straight to the point. I'm like, listen, I don't have time to cut corners or play. What's up?
Yeah, what are we doing?
But having a personality.
What we want to do? Talk to me.
Yeah.
Oh, because I hate the whole little talk shit. Just, all right, so what's up? You hit me up. What's up?
Yeah.
Like, just tell me.
Let's get right to it.
Yeah. Oh, so what I was thinking, yeah. What are you thinking?
It's been sunny outside lately. How do I make money in the industry?
I hate the small talk. Everybody sees me. I'm like, what's up? Just talk to me. What do you want to do? Oh, you want to do that? Sounds good. Whatever.
So let me hit you with this. If you could give, and I have a feeling it's gonna be directly linked up with what Andre had said. If you can give advice how people can figure out making money in the industry, doing their thing, what would it be?
You gotta sell yourself. At the end of the day, is you as a person. It's kind of hard because everybody has such a different personality, and a lot of people are not go-getters or hustlers, so they don't understand that. So it's just like, I think the more natural you are, and the more that you show the character of you, people will accept that. So it's like if you're trying to portray something that you're not, and obviously you can't give back to a company or anybody, they're not gonna understand that. Because I've seen a lot of shit in the industry that blew my mind. Like, for example, I like people that are very outgoing and they're very like they have no care in the world, but they'll try. There was this kid one time. He caught my eye because I'm literally sitting at this was at Miami Nationals. He got his pro card. I haven't seen this kid ever since. This was like back in 2015, 16. He literally walked over to a table. I forgot what table. I think it was Animal. I don't remember. I was there because I was looking at one of my girls. And I literally overheard him walk over with his trophy to the table. He's like, I'm a pro. Can you sign me? I'm like, I just looked back. I was like, who the fuck is this kid saying it like that? I'm like, oh shit. I was like, that's a lot of balls. But I looked at the kid. I was like, yo, come over here, bro. I was like,
Was he a kid up here?
nah, he's from somewhere.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% positive.
There was a fucking kid that used to go to Bev's that did some shit like that.
I didn't hear about it.
He even went to me when I don't mean to like.
Yeah.
He even went to me in the middle of a big Rami photo shoot. I'm not joking. This is like not even a joke.
Yeah.
He went, damn, I thought he'd be more impressive. I went, get the fuck away from me
Wow.
now. It's like, he's not that much bigger than me. I'm like, oh, he is. Please go somewhere else.
Yeah. Like,
Take your shirt off.
Like you were saying, the balls.
Yeah, people, at the end of the day, people have a lot of balls and a lot of heart, but it's their approach. You know what I mean? So it's like I took the kid. I was like, yo, come over here, bro. I'm like, you really think that's gonna work? I literally get disgusted. I confront people, and people don't like that. So I'm like, listen, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna tell you the deal about this industry. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna fly.
Ever.
And most likely the people at the table are not gonna know what the fuck to do because they're probably hired to just give you samples and shit like that.
They're not allowed to write you a $100,000 contract.
You really want, I'm like, you really want to do this the right way? You either find out the company's email, whoever is the athlete manager, or when you go to a real expo, not a show where they have just tables set up, because usually the main people are never going to be at shows. They're going to send the athletes or whoever lives in that area. You back in the day, media kits. I had one. I'm like, that's when I told them years ago. I was like, you got to build a media kit, bro. I'm like, show what you could offer, show how many shows you did, whatever it is, what are you capable of, and then see if the company will accept you for that. Because again, it goes to what Andre says. If you can't provide anything for the company, why the fuck should they even bother fucking with you? If they, why am I going to give you $300 of product in a month and you can't even make one sale? Or you can't even refer, you can't even post. So that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I tell everybody just to be as real as you can, but be strategic at the same time, because you want to know how to promote this hand sanitizer. You want to know how to promote whatever that you guys want to promote, but you got to do it organically. You don't want to look like you're a seller. So it's like, that's why I tell people. I have a bunch of clients that tell me like, yo, you think you could get me a sponsorship with this or a plug with this? I'm like, no, we're going to get you the stuff that I think you could do good in and that will actually benefit you.